IPL 2026 starts in a day, and honestly, I have never seen a preseason this chaotic. We've got over a dozen players either injured, withdrawn, or missing for personal reasons. We have got a political ban. Yes, the government actually banned IPL. And we have got a billion-dollar ownership deals, changing the face of this league forever. So before the first ball is bowled on March 28th, let's break down everything you missed. I'm going through the injuries, the controversies, the walkouts, and at the end, I'll give you my bold predictions for this season. Let's go. Let me start with what I'm calling the biggest crisis in IPL preseason history. The injury list this year is unlike anything we have seen before. And if you are a fantasy cricket player, listen very carefully because this is going to directly impact your team selections. Let's start with Kolkata Knight Riders. And honestly, this is almost hard to watch. KKR have been hit harder than any other franchise before a single ball has been bowled. Harshit Rana, one of India's most exciting young fast bowlers, is set to miss the bulk of the season, possibly the entire tournament, recovering from knee surgery. If that was not bad enough, Akashdeep, their next best Indian pacer, was just ruled out on March 21st with a lower back stress injury. He has not even joined the squad yet. He is currently rehabbing at the BCCI Center of Excellence in Bengaluru. And then there is Pathirana, bought by KKR for massive 18 crore rupees, still waiting for a clearance from Sri Lanka Cricket Board after picking up a shoulder injury during the T20 World Cup. He will not be available until at least mid-April. Think about that. 3 of their key bowlers gone before the tournament even starts. KKR have brought in Saurav Dubey as a replacement and Blessing Mudarbani from Zimbabwe as well. But losing Harshit, Akashdeep and Pathirana simultaneously, that is not bad luck. That is bowling attack in crisis. Now moving on to Chennai Super Kings. CSK have lost Nathan Ellis, their Australian fast bowler, for the entire tournament. Ellis aggravated an old hamstring injury in the domestic One Day Cup final in Australia. Gone, done. CSK have brought in Dasun Chanaka from Sri Lanka as his replacement. Now, why does this matter so much? Because Ellis was earmarked as one of CSK's key death over bowlers this season. And in T20 cricket, if your death bowling falls apart, your whole campaign can unravel. Moving on, Sunrisers Hyderabad walk into IPL 2026 without their captain. Pat Cummins, arguably the best test match captain in the world right now, is recovering from a lumbar stress injury in his back. He will miss the early matches of the season. Ishan Kishan has been named stand-in captain in his absence. Now, Ishan Kishan captaining SRH is fascinating to me. He's a world-class batter, but this will be a significant test of his leadership at the biggest stage. Moving on to Royal Challengers Bengaluru, the defending champions, they won IPL 2025 for the first time in their history after 18 years, and they walk into 2026 without Josh Hazlewood for the opening matches. Hazlewood has been battling hamstring and issues since November 2025. He missed the entire Asia series. He is still not fully recovered. Cricket Australia is managing his workload and has not yet cleared him for IPL. RCB without Hazlewood in the power play is a significantly different bowling attack. He is not replaceable like for like. Delhi Capitals have 2 problems happening at the same time. First, Mitch Starc, the marquee signing, is still waiting for Cricket Australia's NOC. Cricket Australia is managing his workload ahead of what they say is a busy international calendar. He will miss the opening games. Second, and this one genuinely surprised me. Ben Duckett withdrew from IPL 2026 entirely. I will cover this more in the controversy section, but DC are essentially starting this season without two of their most anticipated overseas players. Apart from that, a few more names to keep in mind. Josh Inglis, bought by Lucknow Super Giants for 8.6 crore rupees, will not be available for the entire season. Reason? He's getting married in early April. Fair enough, honestly. But LSG paid 8.6 crore and they are not getting him at all. Lockie Ferguson at Punjab Kings is missing the early games. He wants to spend time with his newborn son. Again, I cannot be angry about that, but Punjab Kings will feel his absence. Wanindu Hasaranga at LSG is also doubtful. Hamstring injury still awaiting clearance from Sri Lanka Cricket Board. Jack Edwards at RR ruled out for the entire season with a foot injury. So in order to summarize the injury situation, KKR, CSK, DC, RCB and SRH all walk into IPL 2026 with significant bowling concerns. The teams that manage these absences best and the youngsters who step up to fill these gaps, that is where this IPL will be won and lost. For fantasy cricket, I would strongly recommend waiting 2-3 matches before picking any overseas bowling option this season. The availability picture is still changing daily. Now moving on, let's talk about Ben Duckett. Duckett was picked by Delhi Capitals for 2 crore rupees in the December mini auction. Not a huge sum by IPL standards, but it was his first IPL contract and he pulled out of it. He announced the decision through a social media post on March 24th, 4 days before IPL starts. His words were, and I'm paraphrasing, "Representing England has been my dream since I was a child. I need to be in best possible place, physically and mentally ahead of the summer." He apologized to Delhi Capitals directly. Now, here is where it gets serious for Duckett. Under BCCI rules, overseas players who pull out of the IPL after the auction without a valid medical or injury reason face a 2-year ban from IPL participation. His England teammate Harry Brook was banned for 2 years after a similar withdrawal in 2024. If BCCI enforce this, and they likely will, Duckett will miss IPL 2026, 27 and 2028. 3 years of IPL gone. My take, I understand his reasoning. After a poor Ashes series, he wants to rebuild his England career. That is a legitimate priority. But the rules exist for a reason. Franchises build entire strategies around contracted players. You cannot take the auction money and then walk out days before the tournament. The ban, if it comes, is fair. And Duckett is not alone in this pattern. Sunil Gavaskar, who I have enormous respect for, recently called out overseas players for what he described as taking IPL franchises for granted. And I agree with him. Every single year we go through this, franchises spend 20-25 crore at auction. They plan their entire squad around those signings, and then players either arrive late, leave early, or pull out entirely. The BCCI needs stronger enforcement, not just 2-year bans, but financial detriment and mandatory commitment clauses built directly into auction contracts. Because right now the incentives are completely wrong. Players get paid regardless, face minimal consequences, and move on to the next tournament. Now we get to what I genuinely believe is the most significant off-field story in IPL 2026, and it involves cricket, politics and international relations all colliding at once. Mustafizur Rahman, the Bangladesh fast bowler, was picked by Kolkata Knight Riders for 9.2 crore rupees at the December auction. He has been an IPL regular since 2016. He's not a controversial figure. He's just a cricketer who plays his cricket. Then in January 2026, BCCI Secretary Devajit Saikia sent instructions to KKR, release Mustafizur from your squad. No official reason was given. Saikia cited only recent developments and said nothing more. KKR had no choice, they released him. The reason, though never officially stated, is widely understood to the deteriorating relationship between India and Bangladesh. In the months leading up to this, there had been significant political tensions between the two countries, including concerns raised by Indian political and spiritual leaders about the treatment of Hindu minorities in Bangladesh. Several prominent figures had publicly questioned Shah Rukh Khan, KKR's owner, for including a Bangladeshi player in the squad given the prevailing tensions. BCCI decision appeared to be an attempt to protect the tournament from further political controversies. The response from Bangladesh was immediate and significant. Bangladesh interim government banned the broadcast of IPL 2026 across the country. TV channels, streaming platforms, everything. This is the first time any government has ever banned the broadcast of an international cricket tournament. Bangladesh Cricket Board wrote to the ICC seeking relocation of their T20 World Cup matches out of India. The ICC could not accommodate that request. As a result, Bangladesh were replaced by Scotland for the T20 World Cup. Bangladesh lost their World Cup spot because of this. And Mustafizur Rahman, he did nothing wrong. He played the auction, got picked, and then had his contract taken away for a reason entirely outside of cricket. Here is my honest take. I understand that BCCI operates within a political and national context. That is the reality of cricket in this part of the world. But a player losing his livelihood, his chance to play IPL because of government level tensions he had absolutely nothing to do with, that is deeply uncomfortable. Mustafizur Rahman deserved better and the sport deserved better. Separate cricket from politics, we always say it and we never actually do it. Alright, IPL 2026 starts in just a day. Here are my 5 bold predictions for this season. First, KKR. So 3 of their key bowlers are out of or delayed. Their bowling attack has completely changed character. I think KKR will be inconsistent in phase 1 and 2 and will need their batting to carry them. With so many overseas options unavailable in the early games, franchises will be forced to give more overs and more chances to uncapped Indian talent. Someone nobody is talking about right now will be the name everybody is discussing by the halfway stage. Watch that space. Akshar Patel, Delhi's own captain, went on record in the pre-season press conference saying he personally does not like the impact play rule because it reduces the opportunity for all-rounders. Hardik Pandya has said the same. This debate is not going away, and I think we'll see a strong push to scrap it after the season maybe. Then RCB. Harsh but historically defending champions in IPL almost never do it back to back. Without a fit Hazelwood in the first few weeks and with the pressure of being champions for the first time, I think RCB will have a strong campaign but will fall short of back-to-back titles. Though personally I want them to win, but that's what I feel. The franchise valuation, the ownership changes, the controversy, the T20 World Cup momentum. The interest in this season is at an all-time high IPL. IPL is no longer just a cricket tournament, it is a global sports property, and 2026, for better or worse, is the season that proves it. So that is your complete IPL 2026 pre-season breakdown. Injuries across almost every franchise, players walking out before the tournament even starts, a political controversy involving two countries, and a broadcast ban, and a league that is now genuinely worth billions of dollars. IPL 2026 is going to be unlike any season before it, and Cricket Signal is going to be covering every match, every story, and every controversy all season long. If you found this useful, please subscribe. It is completely free and it genuinely helps me keep making content like this. Drop your IPL 2026 prediction in the comments. Who do you think lifts the trophy? I would love to hear it. I'll see you on March 28th for the opening match breakdown. Take care.